Well, I wasn't going to be using for some studio crossovers because as you can see that is absolutely going to be right down is here. This is absolutely going to be for right straight at the end of the edge of the comic studio. Unfortunately, that I just did something, that I just did a glitch or something. This is not gonna be what happens to do this as well. That something is absolutely it wasn't gonna be for some sort of like a bug issue. And I'm not very sure. Please something is gonna be trying to fix this issue because I'll be turning on the slow motion show up spoilers on for some sort of like this. And thankfully, I never bet to use this to do crossovers for itself for one time as well. And of course, there must be a problem in Comic Studio beyond of that as well. It was since a month ago and a few days earlier as well. It was eventually broken. And would you somebody try to fix this already as well? And anyways, let's just begin with the video. This Comic Studio isn't going to be for some sort of like this. And maybe it's absolutely crossover with any couple of other kinds of things as well. So this comic studio was absolutely for some sort of starting with Cookie Run, like other kinds of things as the characters, and pretty adept for some sort of sprites as well. And at least for some sort of crossovers will be Alphabet LORE and not the Alphabet LORE like as well. And it could be contains like anything as well. And I'm not going to be going for around as Dandy's World again, as we're going to be going back and see what it reveals that every characters could be from around anime stuff, Friday Night Funkin', it was probably that must be for some sort of the adepts, and look how it's absolutely going to be to do with itself, because this is how that for some sort of like for the adepts of like for the adapting sprites from Rockstar Cookie and even many more for some sort of as well. And that must be for some sort of a low detailed crying sprite and a little bit more for some sort of like this that she was being captured. I wonder that is not gonna be going for it to do it itself as well, so that we just gonna be completely why. And as you can see, that crossovers with Cookie Run characters with edited sprites whenever it actually feels like, believe me, and it's not gonna be everywhere as well. Everything looks a little bit mad or not happy as well, and that is absolutely featured kind of they're trapped or some kind of hanged up for torture, and many things it goes, and crossovers like Friday Night Funkin', Pizza Tower, Angry Birds, the Mixels, anime kinds of stuff, My Singing Monsters, regular show, Family Guy, and a little bit much more that I just eventually don't like itself. And especially Genshin Impact, and a little bit more for it just as well. And probably there must be kinds of like those things, the BF and GF over here for some sort of like this. And that contains SpongeBob over here. I won't be able to be doing this a little bit for one thing. And I just gonna be reviewing for just a little bit amount of stuff, including for around for Summer Soda Cookie Run characters, and even for some sort of over here, like anything as not gonna be everywhere as not even possible as well. So the three categories could be survivors, victims, and villains, and but the title could be for around as well is the Evilized Infection. You won't be able to be seeing for this thing as well. You might seeing for some sort of an Angry Birds as well. So look what's here. This is the title of the Evilized Infection Comic Studio, and says down here, and it's owned by Activision, and Vicarious Visions, and this is a crossover AU of that she made or he made, maintained by himself or herself, and literally Ema, and probably other kinds like those things is could be for maintained by for the local Kukuran Kingdom fan 1234, and that should be their username as well. And that also features Plants vs. Zombies sprites like whenever it does. And even for the other hand, could be the victims as well. The using for the unknown powers as well. And that contains for around for like other kinds of like these crossovers such as the Cookie Run edited sprites, Friday Night Funkin', Pizza Tower, Angry Birds, the Mixels, Equestria Girls, even for some kind of anime stuff, regular show, Family Guy, Plants vs. Zombies, My Singing Monsters, and a little bit so much more, such as Mixels. And not pretty over here for that we never mentioned to do this as well. Something is absolutely from the Tower of Adventures, and even for some sort of like those things, could be even for some sort of pretty like this. And then the villains type could be even more necessary as well. So there must be going to be otherwise as well, as we don't undergo to be for finding ourselves for the user comics as well, if I try to find out as well. So it was going to be pretty featured within weapons such as the chainsaw, a shotgun over here for some kind of crazy thing whenever that it was. And it also featured a minigun, a sledgehammer, and a fire axe or a wooden axe as well. I'm not very sure. This is absolutely a unknown axe as well, and which means axe roulette. Or I might gonna be doing for something as literally as well to do this, that I have seen this from Vanos video, and it wasn't gonna be demonetized yet as for one of his videos, and probably there is no weapons except there must be some sort of a staff as well. There must be for magic powers, except therefore as well. And the backgrounds could be for around real life trolls. Trolls reference. I should not gonna be making a trolls thing as well. So there must be one background except for the victims as well. The one background for a empty church. It's not a church as well for some sort of like this. This is a hall, or the hall throne, not a church. And it's not going to be look like even real as well, since that kind of ancient history. So whenever that I just gonna be finding out, and I wasn't gonna be using for some sort of like anything about for this sometimes as well. For even though as the backgrounds for itself, I'm not gonna be using for some sort of backgrounds. Let's gonna be trying to review for all of these characters by itself, except for the other kinds of crossovers that I don't want to look at. So let's start with that I just already start to saw this as well. Even though that he got a chainsaw whenever it does, I don't really think she gets captured like anything about for it as well. And then she doesn't absolutely getting captured as well. She was rescued, and I hopefully she had a shotgun over here with shining glitter as well. Probably that must be for the edited thing, whatever to do. And that even that must be the edited gingerbread sprites. And another one, she absolutely had a minigun over here, and she got even trapped as well and turned into something even ridiculous as well, except for other kinds of like those things as well. This is actually for some kind of this, or maybe this, and even more sprites as them. And there must be a lot of them as well for some sort of like this. It's almost gonna be the rest of them, and that won't be necessary. That contains there's Joe, Stewie Griffin, and there's Brian Griffin. Probably there wasn't gonna be other kinds of like this. So that must be the victims like themselves, and probably that must be pretended to be like trollage. And for some sort of like the other kinds of stuff, the villains that I'm not gonna be going for a little bit to take a look at as well. I don't want to be submitted like this thing as well. So let's just get into for the user comics. Before am I able to be doing this as well? This is actually that I just made a trolls incident. Even this is absolutely going to be for 6 steps as well, and ended up here in the witch's tower or the witch's castle. It's not going to be going for around here, and he won't able to be hiding from this thing as well. And so being chased into the woods as well. And while he's gonna be about to end it up in the witch's castle right over here, and he was absolutely running away from the woods as well for walking into the path of dark alley. And you might gotta be seeing for some kind of monster is going to chasing on you, and then it finally captured you for itself, or like anyways as well. So we might be able to be talking for about for this later. And that must be for a little bit more. Oh my gosh, I shouldn't be able to be looking around here for this thing. So this is not that I'm just gonna be afraid of. And it was going to be turned into some kind of an evil monsters like themselves. Even though there are no Puyo Puyo characters over here like anywhere. So let's just head it down to the oldest thing. And perhaps this is actually going to be a little bit released as well. And that must be for a little bit for mad sprites over here. So this is actually going to be for one thing. She was chased by Mina Sparkle like over here. And not anybody as well. She infect anybody that I not gonna be figuring it out what is going to be next. It was going to be for Responsibly as well. So this is a real tragedy. I'm not very sure. This is not a real tragedy throughout for this real world, and especially that must be for enough time as well for some sort of like this. And of course it's almost gonna be 6 a.m. that I just gonna be halt for work. And I won't be able to be going for to do is as well. So there must be 6 steps. I wonder that how the troll face is actually gonna be walking down into the streets, and then he found something even unusual. He runs away and gets captured by something really stupid as well. I'm not very sure. I wasn't gonna be a little bit smart. Like, anyways, that will be pretty it as well. And not anything as well for some sort of recording this video for over 7 minutes as well. And sometimes that was gonna be pretty obviously as well. So they use upon their axes. I'm not very sure that somebody is absolutely using for some kind of weapons. And nothing, of course, it will be gonna be easily as well. For some sort of like any of our for them guys as well. So not even though that she doesn't have any weapons as well. So I hopefully that somebody gonna be trying to do this as well. I'm not very sure. This isn't gonna be a little bit possible to do this. I got too much to say for around here, and that was a little bit pretty good as well. And except for some sort of crossovers almost going to be everywhere about for this situation. So you might gonna be find out that the link is gonna be in the description below, as you possibly that you're going to be making trolls incidents by yourself. Make your own trolls incident that what you're going to be to do this as well. And the next video could be for a little bit for one times as well after Italian brain rot and what I just gonna be trying to do what is going to be next. Thanks for watching, for all your support, as I'm gonna be signing off, and I'll talk to you Evilized Infection Comic Studio users all later, and that I just seen around here from the internet videos. I hopefully that I just still gonna be watching them as well on TV. And probably something is absolutely going to be deleting my search history, and it's not my account as well, from my father as well, and I'm not going to be talking a little bit too much as well. So anyways, I'll be see you in another video for right there as well. So stay tuned and have a nice day or something.